Hello, everyone. For those of you that are new, my name is Amanda. I make content about sewing, crafting, and I don't have the ability or time to make a video this week because I am a costume designer as well, local here for theater, and I am prepping for Tech Week for production that I will be that I'm costuming right now. So I thought maybe we could hang out here for a little bit, do some crafting, and if this goes well, maybe we'll do a few more craft streams, or I'll work on some other projects, talk to you about what projects you're working on, ask questions, and yeah, do some body doubling and stuff like that. So as you come in, feel free to ask any questions. I will be popping in back and forth to kind of chat about what I'm doing. Uh, but for now, what I'm doing is the costumes that I am working on for this production. Essentially, they need to be like flexible for kind of really body heavy acrobatic work. And the story is kind of about the relationship between women and healthcare. And so and some of the metaphors the show is coming up with is just finding ways to mimic the human body in ways that are more artistic. And the way that it translates in terms of costumes is through embroidery patterns. So what I'm doing is all of the costumes that I am making have these hand sewn shishiko inspired embroidery patches on them that are inspired by their different types of characters. So some characters have straight embroidery, some have curves, some have crosses. And shishiko, for those that are not familiar, is a form of Japanese mending. So it's meant to be a visual mending style, and sometimes it adds in patchwork, sometimes it doesn't. So some of the characters will have patches on them, some of them won't. But basically what I'm doing right now is it's a form of embroidery that doesn't involve a hoop. So I'm just taking the embroidery floss unstranded and just going through all of the projects. Let's see. And I can show you an example. So this character, they're like, the style of embroidery is more curved, but they're all still running stitches. And for the inspiration for that is more like inspired by fingerprint patterns. So all of the designs that I made, which I have put on little pieces of stick and stitch, it was taking some sort of like pattern that you might see on like a fingerprint and turning those into running stitch designs. So some of them are a little bit more like kind of clear in terms of how well they do the fingerprint like design, like the scroll here. Or in the case of, say, this one, it's kind of a little bit more abstract. So I've taken one spot that's inspired by the fingerprints and moved them around. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I figured I would kind of talk through everything. Oh, excuse me. I have on a lip balm, a new lip balm that has SPF in it, and I can taste the SPF. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working on the shishiko. And I thought I would talk about kind of just like generally speaking, what type of stuff I'm working on right now. So working on a few projects all at once at the moment. So there's this costuming project, which is taking the majority of my time. Additionally, I have a couple of tailoring jobs, one of which is actually for the director of this show, is actually sitting in the corner. So once I finish this, I will go ahead and tailor her outfit for her. This was not in the capacity of the theater. This was just like personally, she asked me to tailor some clothes and just commissioned me to do that tailoring work for her. And then additionally, I have a couple of dresses that I'm planning to make for the channel. I recently found out about Dharma Trading Goods, which they do a lot of undyed blanks and fabrics that are meant to be dyed on, but I found out that they have colored charmeuse silk. So I have ordered a dress quantity of silk to make a dress for like just like to go to weddings basically, and just this really bright, fun, appley green color that I'm very obsessed with. It's like this color of embroidery floss. Gosh, the lighting in here is fun. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, I think. Um, it's like a little bit more vibrant than this. For some reason, my camera kind of comes up as desaturating everything. I'll have to work on that for future lives. Um, but essentially, I have that whole thing of silk as well as some mock up fabric. And I found it for a very inexpensive price. It was less than $20 a yard, which I think is anything less than 30 a yard is just like a steal for charmeuse silk. So I was happy to snatch it up to work on that dress. So that's kind of going to be the plan, is to have like that kind of summery dress too.